Hello, everybody. This is Ghost Hunter 385. I am back again with more topics, more Warcraft, and more commentary for everybody.
What brings you to this desolate place?
Meat. I crave fatty meats. What? What do you mean you crave fatty meats? No. You are supposed to say, like, subscribe, and please bang the bell. No, what are you doing? No. Get away from me. Get away from me. Fatty meat. Ah! My sense of humor aside, of course, but let's get into today's topic. And today's topic is stereotypes and the damage that those stereotypes do. Now, when I'm sitting here talking about stereotypes, let's go over a few examples here. First off, people who play Dungeons and Dragons. You know, we're going to go with the obvious one here because I love Dungeons and Dragons, but a guy who is 300 pounds plus lives in his mother's basement and, let's say a neck beard. In other words, his neck is his beard, or maybe he has some facial hair to go along with that too, but he's got like triple to quadruple chin, just as an example here. This is the stereotypical person who you think plays Dungeons and Dragons. And the thing that's actually really, really sad about all this is that it's baloney. I wanted to say another word, but I can't use that, sadly. Trying to keep the profanity down here. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is think of all of the famous people who do play Dungeons and Dragons or use Dungeons and Dragons as sort of what's the nicest way to put this? They use it to help create characters. Number one right here is Vin Diesel. He loves playing Dungeons and Dragons so much. In fact, he was playing until his movie career really took off. And even one of the movies where it features Koldar the Witch Hunter, that was based on, I think he said, like his half-drow witch hunter. And when I say witch hunter, I mean like hags here, folks. Don't think like magic user witch. But I digress. The point is here is that this is the point. Is that Vin Diesel still loves to play D&D. In fact, if he wasn't so busy with the movies, his family and stuff, he would still be playing. And, if you don't believe me, while they were making the Chronicles of Riddick, where it's the feature movie, The Chronicles of Riddick, they were playing Dungeons and Dragons on set in between takes. And everyone who remembers James Bond, especially when it was Pierce Brosnan playing James Bond, not the new guy, not Daniel, but darn it, I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right, the woman who plays Q. The woman who played Q, that was her first time ever playing Dungeons and Dragons. It was with Vin Diesel on the set of that movie. And other people who play it, Henry Cavill. Not only does he play World of Warcraft, he played Dungeons and Dragons, but he's also a big fan of Warhammer 40K. There are plenty of people out there who like Dungeons and Dragons that are totally against the archetype, and it needs to stop. Okay, next thing. People who live in the South and, also let's go with like country music. is, big example here, is every person who grows up in the South a redneck hillbilly that's married to like their third cousin? And these are the people who all listen to country music. I can hear almost every Blake Shelton fan and whoever else wanting to scream at me how much of an ass I am. I'm not trying to be an ass here. I'm just trying to be honest. Is this who we are as people? Do we live by the stereotypes? Then let's go by the let's go by the black person stereotype. Is every black person out there ghetto Mac thug who the only thing they do is drink beer, do whatever they want, cocaine, marijuana, whatever? Do they just sit there and do this stuff all the time, and they just sit there and get high and have shootouts? I mean, think about it for a minute. Will Smith grew up in the ghetto. I think it was in the ghettos of Chicago. And he to actually study for school and stuff, because wanting a better life was viewed as wanting to be white. He had to hide his school books in pizza boxes, for Pete's sake here. Isn't that not disgusting that black people who want a better life to better themselves, it's considered low class or poor taste that they want a better life? Come on here. And then, is every person from Mexico someone who swam across the Rio Grande for Pete's sake? Or they came across the border illegally? No, not all of them. In fact, there have been plenty who have been in the United States since before Texas came a state, for Pete's sake.
A sound plan.
There are people who can track their genealogy. And of course, let's go for the Native Americans here for a minute. Are all the Native Americans these headband wearing horse riders who run around wielding tomahawks going kind of thing? No, they don't. In fact, a lot of them tend to stay on the reservations because that's the only life they know and have. It's a bit ridiculous if you ask me. But still, this is the stereotypes that still happen. And then, of course, the people from India, what is their stereotype?
I'm here to help.
Oh, they're all computer genius whizzes who are all geniuses and this, that, and the other thing. I mean, if you actually go to India in certain parts,
the light is my strength. A sound plan.
I'm not going to keep hitting the stereotypes here, but it's all the same thing. Or is everybody in this world a stereotype? No, we're not. We're complex. We're dynamic. We have flaws.
A sound plan.
This is the beauty of being human. Certainly. I mean, seriously, this is the beauty of being human. The differences. Like, it just drives me bonkers whenever I hear my soon-to-be ex say, people who play Dungeons and Dragons are fat people who have neckbeards who live in their mother's basement. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, I can just imagine her saying that, and then, a famous person who plays it walks behind her, and it's just like, really? That's what you think? I mean, come on here. Of course. You know how embarrassed she'd be just thinking about that for a minute? What if Vin Diesel walked up behind her and heard her say that? She would be so embarrassed if he actually said something and was like, really? I love Dungeons and Dragons. What's your problem?
Certainly.
Or, Blake Shelton strolls up on hearing somebody say, all country people, anyone who likes country music is a toothless hillbilly who's married to their cousin. Come on. These people would be like, what is wrong with you? What is your problem? And they'd probably start telling him, you people are the problem with society.
Justice shall be
because all you do is view people a certain way. And if we're gonna keep going even further here, every nerd and every geek, as an example, every nerd's a genius who sits at a computer with a calculator, who cracks out computer code that's fun for them, or they're sitting there doing applied calculus because they enjoy it so much. There are people who do enjoy this. Don't get me wrong. I really thoroughly enjoy the feeling of crushing that math problem that gave me so many problems, and I solved and I did it right. Yeah, I feel good about myself right there. Heck yeah, I do. But still, come on. I mean, let's go into the stereotypes of every woman here as an example. Is every girl who wears black, has pale skin, is she some goth chick that's gonna rock your world? I imagine for some that might be true, but not all of them. Do you catch what I'm saying now? That this is just how bad, this is how nasty this is? It goes without saying. This is the mentality. This is the stereotypes that happen. Is also every soccer mom this lonely, depressed woman who as soon as she... is she this lonely woman at home who just wants to get her rocks off with whichever contractor guy comes in, the plumber, the electrician? I mean, come on here. Seriously, this is the damaging of stereotypes. Seriously,
Justice shall be done.
Come on. This is our world in a nutshell. Everybody's a stereotype. Everybody's something here. Now, people will sit there and say, okay, Ghost Hunter, you've made your point, and you've also pointed out the problem. What's the solution? Well, the thing that's actually truly, undemonstrably sad is that the only way to stop the stereotypes, sadly, truly sadly, is for people to go out of their way to defy the stereotypes. The guy who lives in his mother's basement, he comes out with like a six-pack abs and says, what? I lost my job. I lost my apartment. Mom was gracious enough to let me move in. What's your problem? Or he got divorced, for Pete's sake, lost everything because his ex lied about this, his ex lied about that. Or she just wanted to take him for what he's worth. And you know what? He's just living where he can afford it. Of course. Is that really so bad? Come on. I mean, just seriously, think about this for a minute. This is the damage of stereotypes. Because everybody's individual story is different. It's sad that this is what we're going with, stereotypes. Now, to be clear, I am saying stereotypes, not average. Averages are a very different thing. Because an average is saying, we did the calculations, blah, 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 and this was,
beasts.
excuse me, the end result. And, it's sad, really sad, that people treat the stereotype like it's the average, when it's not.
There is no way home for any of us save through victory.
It's nauseatingly disgusting, but there's not much you can do about it. It's, the battle of hearts and minds here. Sadly, you got to change that. And as it stands right now with the way media is, good luck with that. But in any case, this is Ghost Hunter 385 signing off. See everybody next time.